Hello and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Saturday, February 15th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner, oracle reader. I do personal readings, and perhaps if you're having trouble hearing your spirit guides, you might want to reach out to me. All my info is down below in my descriptions. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website, or you can just email me directly, LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I take appointments on Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, let's jump into the cards. Our first card today comes from the Suit of Cups, which generally represents the water signs. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So if you have those elements in your chart, this message might be a little bit more true for you than for others, but this is a general reading intended for all of us who's viewing here today. Okay, the Four of Cups. Now, we've had this guy before. This guy is sitting in a little bit of woe is me. He is secluded himself from others. He's looking at these two major disappointments he's had here. Now, this could be, we just had Valentine's Day. Maybe he's reflecting on lost love of the past, or feeling a little bit hopeless about some choices he's made. You know, sometimes that happens with reflecting on the old I wish I had. You know, my mother used to do this. She would, sorry sisters, I gotta say it. She would drive us around and stalk the men who had asked her to marry them and marry her, whom she turned down before she picked my father. And then, I know it's horrible, and then we'd look in their house and she'd say, oh, that could be my life, those could be my children. That's not a very nice thing for a mother to do, but she was certainly often gloomy like this, feeling isolated, and that she made poor choices. But here's the thing about this card, is that that's only half the card. And I know you guys remember we had this earlier in the week, and this is coming up because we're in this roller coaster sort of great things are happening, and then, oh, and then a wave. It's like we're in the tide. We're in these waves of emotion that are coming up from, they can be dramatic mood swings too, from elation all the way down to despair. And what's happening here is that this little mouse right over here, and mice, and the mouse medicine in the shamanic tradition is all about scrutiny and going over the little details. So the shadow of mouse is over, it's like ant medicine, like overdoing it with the details, and being too meticulous in your ruin. But this mouse is even trying to show you that, hey, not only do you have a full cup, you have more cups coming. You've got a full cup and you've got a full cup up here, and you can get out. So all that means is that you might need some downtime. You might need some time for reflection. And it doesn't mean that you will sit and wallow, but it is important for you to really view your past, whatever it is that's coming up for you. Oh, and here's what I'm hearing, what a trigger might be. Okay, for those of you who have finished books, Zoe, obviously this one is clearly for you, but all of us. So you've got your readers out there, they're reading your first draft, and there's work to be done. There's just work to be done. So if we focus on the editing is just crafting, and I know you know that, but that's for all of us. When we edit, people who we decide to allow in or out of our lives, or there are sometimes relationships we must shut the door on because of whatever. Some people start emitting negative energy and you just need a break. That's okay. But really taking the lessons from these situations and use it for reflection, but don't, you don't have to go deep into the depression or anything sad like that, but you can have some time for personal reflection. And when I asked for a clarifier from the Mother Peace Tarot deck, I got the Ace of Pentacles here. I'm sorry, it's so bright. But this card is the message of, yeah, you've been playing with these acorns on this rug and you're tired, you might need a little nap. That's cool. But this baby is all about the earth element and about you staying focused on the practical lessons from this loss and how you're not going to repeat situations or best practices that you do want to bring with you, even though some things didn't work out. And so that's important. I was going to tell you about my book that I worked on years ago, but it's one of those things of like, take the lesson of the loss, don't wallow in it. Well, you can if you want, but you know, you when we wallow, sometimes we need it. Like this baby needs a nap. So if you're wallowing, maybe you need a nap. That's what Spirit's saying. Take a nap today. Boy, that took a lot. How long did that take? 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes to get first Saturday message. Take a nap. Oh, funny. Okay, so then when I went to the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers deck, it's all about surrendering to the journey. And that's what this nap is all about. When you take a nap, we surrender to that monkey mind that can overtake us, of that repetitive thought of shoulda, coulda, woulda, why didn't I, this didn't, blah, blah, blah. All of that really does weigh you down and it's exhausting. So take a nap, restore yourself. This little baby is reminding you to play, have some time to play with some of the earthly elements around you. I mean, this little baby's playing with acorns. I don't know if I'd give that to a baby, but maybe, and a leopard. But see where you can reflect on those earthly elements that you really do like, that you have set up in your life. Focus on the positive of that, because we can get weighed down by these emotions that are coming in. And, oh, I know there's a lot going on. Mercury is going retrograde starting tomorrow, and I know some of you might get a little anxious about that. So just do what you can. Transfer money now from old accounts to new accounts or whatever. Make sure all of that information is in place and done so you don't freak out, okay? Because these things we can handle, and there is a level of surrendering. When we surrender, we are allowed to receive the best for us. Spirit really will guide us, but it is, there is a level of surrendering, and especially if you're surrender to happiness. Oh my gosh, isn't that a concept? Let's surrender to feeling good. Let's surrender to allowing more light into our lives. And so our final card today comes from the Denise Linn Soul Coaching cards, and it is the communication card. And this is super important. I like they look like two forks. Like, let's get something to eat. And that goes with the baby. Is the baby hungry? Ask yourself those basic self-care questions. The message here says, I communicate from the heart and love surrounds and protects me. I communicate from the heart and love surrounds and protects me. So this is important also because if maybe you're feeling uplifted and you have energy, but your partner or someone close to you or somebody is a little in that despair and they might be a little cranky, just use your words lovingly from your heart. And when we speak from our heart, it's impossible to lie, because the heart is not a liar. I mean, the heart knows what the heart knows. And when we're able to listen to our heart and let our words flow from there, then we won't get caught up in our heads and we'll be able to take care of yourself. Take a nap, make sure you eat, drink plenty of water. It's about feeling as whole as possible as we're going through another day on this planet of kookiness out there. Some days it's really quite kooky. And those who are just not quite aware of how their energy impacts others, it's up to us to make sure we're taking the best care for ourselves first, so that however else other people are, it doesn't, we're rubber. No, I'm rubber, you're glue. well, we don't really want to bounce anything, but you just want to be able to bounce back and not have all that heaviness on you. So self-care is the most important piece. So whatever you're doing, if you're doing your exercise routine, or if you are still on your diet and you're working on, and I really hate that 4-letter word, but really looking at your lifestyle changes with your health and your well-being, your meditation practice. If you have fallen off, or if you ate too many chocolates, or if you're headed to the Duane Reade or the Walgreens or wherever today to buy stale chocolates to drown your sorrows in despair and chocolate, just remember to pick yourself up, eat your vegetables, rest, and take good care of yourself today, okay? Because those holidays can trigger all kinds of things. All right, my dear, I hope you know how grateful I am that you stopped by. If you are one of my new subscribers, thank you so much for being here. My vision is to really help grow this channel so that I can do this work full time, or as full as I'd like to. And again, my information is down below if you'd like a personal reading, or if you think of someone who might need one, or if you want to just share my videos, I'd really appreciate it. And I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.